What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land, and we just got a brand new trailer for a new track coming to Mario Kart Tour called Piranha Plant Cove, and it's safe to say that this track is actually coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as well, and not just because it's a new track and all the other ones have done so too, like Sky High Sunday and Ninja Hideaway, but the fact that it's actually been leaked in data files for a very long time, and we thought we were getting a Mario 64 track because we knew it was going to have the Unagi. Allow me to explain. We know there's a couple brand new tracks or Nitro tracks coming to Mario Kart Tour, and we had the data files or the mob IDs for them, and it's normally 2 letters referencing that track. For instance, we have one called Mob BR, and it actually comes with assets that resemble that of a bathroom, with bath bombs and rubber duckies. So it's safe to say that we are eventually going to get a bathroom themed track for probably Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which sounds actually really cool, and I made a whole video on that if you want to check it out. Just as another example, there's another track data mined called Mob YI, which a lot of people think stands for Yoshi's Island because the assets are Shy Guys and even flower rings from that game. And that track is going to be really cool, I'm sure of it. I also made a video on that, but there's still some other tracks that also have mob IDs that we haven't talked about. There's a Donkey Kong theme one apparently, one that involves pillars, and one that is actually now confirmed to be Piranha Plant Cove. This one, all we knew it was Mob NU, which we didn't know exactly what that stood for. And now looking at the track, I still don't quite understand what the NU stands for. Maybe some people can find out for me, but the only asset we had was the morays, which are the eels from Mario 64, and as you can see, yep, we have the eels from Mario 64 within this brand new track. So this is one of the leaked tracks that we have been waiting to see, and is probably coming in an upcoming wave. Once again, I don't know the placements of these at the moment, but it's probably coming within the next couple, which is super duper exciting. And of course, who doesn't like unagis or morays? They're both the same thing to me. But if you haven't seen the whole tour trailer yet, I'm gonna play the whole thing for you so you can actually hear the music that's playing, which is brand new as well. Take a listen. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this track looks amazing. I am not big on underwater tracks in Mario Kart. I feel like they just feel slow, even though you're probably still going the same speed. But this kind of takes the on land and underwater approach in both ways, and I love it. So let's dissect this track a little bit more. So I actually broke all the pieces of the trailer apart and kind of lined them up into what I think is going to be the direction of the track, and at the end of this I'll kind of put them all together and piece them how I think it's going to look. But here's where you start. It's in the middle of 2 temples, and you'll see hieroglyphics of piranha plants all over the various different buildings and stuff because this is Piranha Plant Cove. You'll see piranha plants and even PD piranha everywhere in this track. Also on top of the 2 pillars at the start gate, you'll see 2 bulbers from New Super Mario Bros. Wii and the other New Super Mario Bros. Games, as well as underwater fish enemies. It's cool to see them return because they're kind of obscure. Next, you'll head up to a section with the temple stairs, which eventually takes you out of the water to the rest of the temple ruins. You can see statues of PD Piranha's head, however, all the way up the stairs, and you'll see a moray swimming around, and I think there's probably multiple of them swimming around above you. With this image, you'll get a better view of how you'll go up the temple. There's a left and a right path as well before you go up the stairs, but then you'll see the moray swims around probably in circles above you as well. And also, there's a PD Piranha face. Next, you'll come out of the water and go over some more flights of stairs and the rest of the temple ruins just by making a couple of turns, which then leads into a hallway after the turn with a broken floor that you'll have to ramp off of. And then I'm predicting at the end of this path, you'll come across this ramp area with 2 piranha plants sticking out of the pipes. Your job is to go all the way off the top of this ramp, and it looks like you'll be able to go to the island at the top. I really hope. They don't really show much of this afterwards, so there's a good chance that we just dip down into the water instead, and plus this is a red trick ramp that's normally made for Mario Kart Tour, or something I thought about is it might be a different lap system like we see with Calamari Desert where it throws a ramp in eventually, which would be pretty cool where maybe one lap you're going underwater and the next one you're jumping up on the island. So I hope that's the case because there's also a cool little lighthouse up there. But if you notice, On the ground, right before the ramp, you can see a giant picture of Petey Piranha's head. Next up, we're back in the water, making our way to the finish line with some Cheeps in the water with us and some paddle boats or something above us. What's really weird about this is there's another statue of Petey Piranha, which is so weird that this is probably coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and there's no Petey Piranha in that game, which is just weird. But yeah, this is just a little underwater drifting section. And then right before we get to the end, there's a couple other like ruined stairs or something that you can go over, or you can go under the thwomp. It's really your choice, which is really cool. I like how it gives you a choice. And it's kind of like one side it's on the left and one side it's on the right. And I think that's a really cool ending as you go into this cave and wrap your way back around for the end. But once again, this might be a multi-lap track because there's lots of fencing blocking off areas that look like they could be accessible, because that looks like a different cave over there to the back left, so who knows. And there's also fencing here on this ruins section, which might allow the player to go off into the water earlier. And the same with this section, where instead of going straight through the temple, you'll actually go left immediately after the start gate and go where these fences are to a different path, which is super cool. And there's also fencing right here by this temple staircase to the left, which means you'll probably come out of this way in one way or another. So this track looks super cool. I am definitely excited to get my hands on this in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and let me know what you guys think of this track, and if I've missed anything, definitely comment it down below. There's so much to nitpick here. I'll probably make another video just talking about all the extra alternate paths and everything like that. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario Kart and all things Nintendo in general, and I will see you all on the next one. See you guys.